Okay, so now that we've had our introductions, let's get down to business, or should I say marketing. So, what is marketing, or what do you think it is? And this is something that we hope to clarify by the end of this unit. Okay, now you may follow along with me on the optional PowerPoint provided for you, and this can also be a review for you from what you read in the text. Okay, and speaking of your text talks about that many people think that marketing is simply buying and selling, or selling and advertising, but there's a whole lot more to the equation than that. Marketing also has, poses, I should say, a unique question, maybe that you heard before. What comes first, the chicken or the egg? And in this case, as it relates to marketing, what comes first, the business or the marketing? So if you think about why a business exists, okay, a business exists to solve a problem or fulfill a need. So then we have to question ourselves then, how do we know what the problem or the need is if we haven't done any research? And that is where marketing comes in, okay? If we are truly doing this right, the process starts and ends with marketing, because we have to research the market to find out what the customers want, who they are, where they are, and how to get to them. Your text is also centered around one of the very basic concepts of marketing called the 4Ps: product, price, place, and promotion. And we will talk about throughout this semester those 4Ps: product, price, place, and promotion. Okay? Marketing is designed in such a way that we make sure that the right product is at the right place at the right time for the right person at the right price. And we use the research to help us figure all of that out. Okay? So, as we dive into the chapter and see, our first question here that the text poses is, what is marketing all about? And again, you will see this question throughout the text, and I will pose it also as well throughout the semester. And what is it all about? It's more than about buying and selling. And the example that the text gives talks about these bicycles, right? All right, I think that we can agree that there are many different types of bikes, right? There are mountain bikes, dirt bikes. If I were to ride a bike, I'd probably ride a beach cruiser. Because people that ride beach cruisers, they ride them and take them slow, right? And you have your exercise bike. People have different needs for a bicycle. Some people use bicycle just for exercise, fun, or entertainment. And some people rely on bicycles for transportation. You especially see that in a larger city. So I think that we can agree that not only are there different types of bicycles, but there are also many different ways that people use them. Okay? So in thinking about a company that wants to produce a bicycle, what are some things that the firm should do in thinking about making a bike, and what type of bike to make? Okay? The very first thing, and goes back to what I said a minute earlier about researching the market, is a firm should analyze the needs of people for various different models of bikes. Okay. Then our next step is to predict the wants, the types of bicycles that customers would want, and decide which customers to satisfy. Okay. And this portion, we will talk a lot about target marketing, and it's something that you will hear a lot this semester as well, but we'll get into that a little later also. Okay. Again, we are still in the research phase here. Estimate. We must estimate the number of bicycle riders and how many people can buy them. Determine where the firm should determine where the consumers will be and how they will get their bicycles. Okay. From there, the next step is to estimate the price to give the producer an idea of what the customer is willing to pay. Now, I'm going to put a pin right there and come back to the steps in producing the bicycle. Okay, so price is the biggest indicator of value. Okay, marketing works because people are willing to exchange something for something else. Okay, and that's usually centered around price. Okay, there are some other factors that we'll talk about later, but at the end of the day, because we have this value exchange, price is a big driver in that conversation. Okay, so when you think about who your market is, your market for a product, let's say a bicycle in this case, is the people who are willing and able to buy the product. Okay, willing and able. So as a producer and from a marketing standpoint, we must estimate the price consumers are willing to pay for the product. That will result in a profit for the firm. Okay, so we've had the steps so far we've talked about are analyzing the needs, predicting the type of bikes, estimating the numbers, determining where the customers will be and how they will get the bikes, and estimate the price. Okay, next is where the parts of marketing that people are probably most aware of comes in. Decide what kinds of promotion. The promotion piece is used to inform the consumer about the bicycles and where to get them, and inform them about the price of the bicycle. And so this is very much part of the 4 P's of marketing, right? Now, a very important piece in this is there has to be a follow-up. Determine how to provide customer service if there is a problem after purchasing the bicycle. And that is with any type of service. There has to be a process in place, whether it's a service or a product rather. So we want to make sure that our customers are satisfied. And this is just the first unit. So this is an introduction of some marketing concepts. But throughout the semester, we will build upon these. And then you are going to see why it is important to determine that final piece and that customer service piece as the semester continues. Okay. Another concept that I want to touch on is the production versus marketing conversation. So here's the chicken and the egg story again. What comes first? Is it the production or the marketing? Well, marketing drives the production. If you remember what I said in the beginning of this video, that it begins with research, right? So the process of what we're going to build, let's say the bicycle for an example, so that we know that we are actually providing a product that customers want. It starts with marketing. Marketing makes sure right goods and products are produced. Okay, then production comes in and produces them, making the goods and performing the service. Together, marketing and production creates customer satisfaction. Okay, and remember, what we are doing here is making sure that the right product is at the right place at the right time for the right person at the right price. Okay, so when we create the customer satisfaction, going back to the last part of the steps of what we should do, when we provide that customer satisfaction, we're building relationships with our customers, and hopefully they will be repeat customers. Okay, It is more expensive to go out and get a new customer than to retain the customers that you already have. Okay. And again, that is something that we will build on as the semester goes on. Okay. One of the requirements or prerequisites for this course is economics. So you may be familiar with the term micro versus macro economics. There is also a macro view and a micro view of marketing. And similar to the economics view, it sounds pretty much the same. Okay. The micro view is a smaller, more focused view. It is a set of activities performed by individual organizations. The macro view is a bigger view and more of a whole picture approach. It is a social process and matches supply with demand. Okay. A good example of a micro view, especially as we talk about the evolution of marketing and marketing departments and marketing companies, they focus on one particular thing. Let's take, for example, our marketing department at the Fort Valley State University is a macro view in a sense because they are focused on the marketing activities around promoting the school. Okay. And in a macro view, the macro view of marketing, just like economics, differs based on the type of society that you're in. Okay. Macro also accomplishes the objectivity of the society as well. And as I mentioned, matches supply and demand. So, as marketers go about doing day-to-day activities, what are some of the key characteristics or things that marketers actually do? Okay. Well, one thing that we have identified is that marketing begins with the customer's needs. Okay. Not the production process. Many people think if I build it, they will come. Not having a sound marketing strategy in place is actually the demise to a lot of businesses. And in particular, I've seen that happen with small businesses. Okay, so it begins with the customer needs. Okay. Your text points out that marketing does not go alone. We need other aspects of the business to go along with marketing. One, to kind of give a set of checks and balances, but we also have departments involved like the accounting and business offices, for example, because they've got to fund some of these things. Okay. And remember this concept, marketing involves exchanges. Okay, this whole marketing thing works because somebody is willing to exchange something of value to them for something else. Now, the value is almost like that cliche you may have heard that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Well, value is in the eye of the customer. Okay, so we cannot tell the customer how and what to value. But as marketers, what we try to do is communicate the value of our product and service and match that value with the consumer's value.